Let us savor this moment because it is a very high likelihood that this will be the final Acolyte video until we hear any additional rumblings, if Disney is in fact dumb enough, if Kathleen Kennedy has enough dirt on the higher ups where we can go ahead and get a confirmation of season 2. I'm praying for it. I'm really praying for it, but this could in fact be the final episode of the long-running documentation of the downfall of Star Wars, specifically in the confines of season 1 of The Acolyte. So let's just have a moment of silence for what Star Wars has become, okay? Thank you. All right, thank you. That's long enough. The Acolyte confirmed ratings disaster. Oh no, who could have possibly seen this coming? Disney Star Wars series disappears from Nielsen charts after just 3 weeks. No, I mean, no, come on. Now it's just downright brutal. According to the latest ratings, it took 3 weeks and 4 episodes for The Acolyte to completely fall out of favor with the viewers. Yeah, that sucks, man, because there was so much promise after episode 4. It was leading into the really awesome lightsaber battle that's even better than the Phantom Menace. It eclipses Duel of the Fates. Trust Reddit, I guess. I mean, it wasn't stupid the moment that you slowed it down or just simply looked at where Smilo Ren was swinging his lightsaber or using his helmet that he would never use again to short out lightsabers, which if you had that ability, why wouldn't you be using that and leading with that every single opportunity? I mean, just, you know, swing around your head like a complete and total bobblehead, a la Leslye Headland. Now that she has a head shaped like a Roblox character, okay, now I understand her surname a little bit more. But if you had the ability to disarm your opponent by just waving around a little bit of cortosis, wouldn't you take that automatic W? Anyways, okay. The Star Wars series, unfortunate but unsurprising given its consistently poor storytelling. Ratings fall off was confirmed by television analytics firm Nielsen by their reported top 10 streamings. Oh yes, originals rankings for the week of June 17th through the 23rd. As seen therein, while such other streaming originals as Bridgerton, The Boys, and Mayor of Kingstown managed to place, The Acolyte was completely absent from the podium. And yeah, even during the last vestiges of Illuminate, I think that that's a strictly streaming-based ratings reporting system. The Acolyte was falling off of that. I wonder, we don't quite yet have the finale ratings for that, but I'm pretty sure by, what was it, episode 6, it was already off the list. Per the numbers reported in the week's 10th most popular series, Netflix's King of Collectibles, Golden's Touch. This means The Acolyte managed to pull in less than 298 million collective watch minutes across its 4 episodes. Wow, that's crazy. Using the King of Collectibles 298 million watch minutes is immediately a generous point of reference. But yeah, you can see just how clumped together everything is outside of Bridgerton and The Boys. So it's only fair to really deduce that, what, 250, 270, something like that. Divide this number by the series average episode runtime of 38 minutes. I think the finale was 46 minutes or something like that, so it was a little bit longer. So who knows, guys? The next time we have an update from Nielsen, it could be on that list. And resulting figures reveal that at best, and keep in mind, is a very, very rough estimation. Only 1.9 million viewers tuned in to watch and or catch up with the 4th part of May and Osha's extended childhood spat. I mean, yeah, for comparison, the worst performing episode of the recently and widely panned Doctor Who season Dot and Bubble still got the interest of at least 3.38 million viewers. Oh my god. So 1.9 million people checked out The Acolyte. I'm pretty sure the Critical Drinkers reviews of those episodes, and probably specifically the 3rd, and I think he did the 5th. I think he actually skipped out on the 4th one because he thought he was done after the 3rd, but you could take a look at all of his reviews and I would imagine they probably all outperform this train wreck. But yes, checking in with the most recent data from Illuminate, we've seen this chart before, and The Acolyte is trending behind every other failing Star Wars D+ series, okay? It will end up behind Ahsoka. It will end up behind Andor, the only series that's generally thought of positively, but it'll be interesting, especially with all the brand damage in between the interim of the 2 seasons, just how that will end up affecting Andor Season 2, even if it is of the same quality as Season 1. What is the knock-on effect of the likes of boring-ass Ahsoka and the atrocious Acolyte? What is this going to mean for Star Wars when it eventually does return to the cinema in the form of, what, Mandalorian and Grogu off the back of abysmal Season 3? What's that going to mean for the Rey movie, Episode 10, apparently? I'm waiting with bated breath because, yeah, we have some directors in place, and obviously the writers for Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be the hack duo of Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, but who's going to be the scribe for the Rey movie? Well, we know that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are going to be providing pointers because they have high-ranking positions within Lucasfilm, and everything gets the sign-off from them and Kathleen Kennedy, so let's just hope that Tony Gilroy still has the same amount of leeway for Andor, that you can at least get one final send-off to the Star Wars franchise, because the people that are in charge, the people that brought you Ahsoka, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, and the Acolyte, well, they are very much entrenched, and these are the people that are over there thinking that, yes, the Acolyte showrunner, Leslye Headland, further justifies destroying Yoda's character, because, yeah, he was in fact destroyed because there are certain things that he should know, either, you know, if you recall, during Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3, obviously, he could sense, you know, Order 66 being executed, like he could feel all those deaths, all of those lives being returned to the Force. How could he not sense, especially during an extended period of peace during the High Republic, how could he not sense the multiple Jedi that were killed in Episode 5 of The Acolyte, and then on top of that, the 4 Jedi Masters? How was he able to turn a blind eye to that, even if he was on sabbatical? And how is he not able to sense the lies that Venestra was going to go ahead and tell him after requesting an audience with Master Yoda? Leslye Headland kind of wrote Yoda between a rock and a hard place. How is she going to rectify that? Because the damage has already been done. Either Yoda is stupid or he's as incompetent as everybody else associated with the Acolyte. You love the you love the timeline that we're in right now, Star Wars fans. Huh? You love it. Leslye Headland, the showrunner for the Acolyte, attempted to justify her further destruction of Yoda's character in the show's finale by pointing to Dave Filoni's The Clone Wars. Because, of course, guys, here's the thing. Dave Filoni has always been a hack. The Clone Wars has always been bad Star Wars. I know. And now you just have hacks ripping off hacks in order to justify their hack writing. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? The show's final episode, it's shown that Jedi Master Venestra Rose lies to various members of the Galactic Republic about what happened on Brendok. She says recently, when a truth threatened to come out, a rogue Jedi... I have way too much emotion in my voice for this, the way that she delivered it. A rogue Jedi named Sol killed his accomplices to maintain the cover story. And speaking on behalf of the High Council, we wholly condemn the actions of Master Sol. He was found dead on Brendok. How did he die? Don't know. But the scene of his original crime, I believe he ended his own life. I didn't show you the body because I burnt it and sent it down the river, because Jedis are known for taking Norse mythology and affixing it to its own practices. Trust me, bro. In reality, May murdered Master Indara, Master Torben killed himself, Master Kelnaka was murdered by Chimera, and Osha murdered Sol. But no. This was just all, and repeat after me what Venestra tells the council. This is all the work of one flawed man. Following the lies to the Senate, Ro then visits Yoda to inform him, sorry to disturb you, Master. We need to talk. The show then ends in the implication that Ro would be informing Yoda of what actually happened, potentially, or just continue to spin lies that either Yoda would see right through, know that the Sith has in fact returned, being able to sense that Venestra is lying to him, or not being as competent as we know Yoda to be, and he was simply tricked by Venestra. What are we supposed to believe? All of this makes a mockery of Yoda, given that the Jedi Master was able to sense the death of the fellow Jedi throughout the galaxy during the events depicted in, yes, Revenge of the Sith, Order 66. It's hard to imagine he would have not felt the deaths of Indara, Torben, Kelnaka, and Sol. Yes, Jedi Masters. It's also hard to imagine that Yoda would not have sensed these 4 Jedi were covering something up their entire time on Brendok. Yes, that happened 16 years prior, and Yoda never caught on to that at all whatsoever in the decade and a half. He would have been in close contact with those Jedi. It's likely Yoda was present as Sol campaigned to have Osha trained as a Jedi as much as he was for Anakin during the Phantom Menace. Yeah, we needed to think about that. Nevertheless, Headland attempted to justify all of this by telling inverse. I love a good Leslye Headland interview because it's always full of such stupidity. It's not like the first time Yoda has hidden something from the Senate and the Republic. I beg your pardon? In the Clone Wars Season 6, it's revealed that he covered up the creation of the Clone Army and asked everyone to not say who was behind it. Are you having a laugh? You think that that's similar? Earlier in the interview, Headland noted that she had to fight to have Yoda included in the show. No, she didn't. Nah, this is just marketing. Inverse's Livy Scott stated, starting from the very end of the episode and working our way back, I hear you had to fight hard to get Yoda in the stinger. Yes, I mean, I wouldn't say fight hard. Yeah, exactly. He wanted a key jangle, and Dave Filoni was too busy engaged with his dog to really mount a laudable defense because he was too busy mounting something else. So in a totally super advisory way, it's more like that's a big character. So it was a not fighting in an aggressive way, but definitely a spirited conversation. Dave Filoni signed off on that, huh? Why is that? When pressed for more details about how the conversation was, Headland said, yeah, there was logistics of it all, of course. And I said I wanted Yoda, and he said the best that we could do was the Last Jedi puppet. And yeah, we were fine with that because it's fine. Nobody's going to notice. Then there was some, I'd say, almost spiritual conversation about using such an iconic character. I felt strongly about it because I felt that, to me, Vanestra was in a situation that was so heightened and really needed to be taken care of internally. She was already feeling this pressure of, if you don't have a suspect, then we have a real problem. Ray and Court suggest the internal review of the Jedi, obviously at the small council, but a Chancellor Drellick, that's a black guy there, an emissary from the Senate, doesn't confirm or deny that request. It felt like she had to report to his superior and let him know what's up and probably tell him what happened between her and her Padawan. She's the writer on the show. She wrote and directed several episodes. Well, hell, she's the showrunner of the project, and she has to think and feel the character motivations. No wonder this thing was such a trash fire. When Scott notes the parallels, Dooku being Yoda's apprentice, Headland noted, it was just interesting in Phantom Menace when he immediately was like, there's always a master and apprentice. It's not like he's alive during the new Sith Wars, so I guess there's a chance that it was a piece of information that was passed down through generations. See, guys, I know some obscure Star Wars lingo. I love the big Star Wars. My favorite Star Wars is all the Star Wars. Headland then concluded, so it just felt to me that there was something fun to explore there if we're allowed to talk about it and to do more seasons. There's a large conversation about including him, but I just thought, I mean, it's my show. See, guys, it's my show. I wanted Yoda. I wanted to ruin the legacy because Dave Filoni did it first. That's your justification, huh? That's cool. That's why I'm so down for for season 2, because how much dumber can she get? How much more absurd can these storylines get? Are we ever going to figure out the motivation? Are we ever going to figure out exactly what Osha and May want? Are we ever going to figure out what exactly Chimere is motivated to do either? Are we going to get a coherent plot? Because we sure as hell aren't going to get compelling characters. No. This is Disney Star Wars in its ultimate form. This is exactly what Kathleen Kennedy wants. She wants all of her feminist disciples out there to make the Force female, make the thread female, and take it away from all of those bigots that did her wrong on her rise through the producer ranks when she was fetching coffee from Steven Spielberg, letting them know in the back of her mind that one day she was going to exact revenge from the people that wouldn't take her idiotic suggestions seriously. This is all an act of revenge, because at this point in time, how else can you explain this franchise destruction as thorough as it has been since the acquisition by Disney? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.